Namaste, Jai Bharat. I was just talking about Kutte Kiddum with regards to Pakistan. They would not stop because they have no control over themselves, fundamentally. Now the ISI chief, or not chief actually, ISI assigned someone a task of finding people from Bharat who can go about creating differences among our people on the basis of language, on the basis of caste. These are two things which they would work on. On the basis of caste, they think they can divide people, Hindus, but little do they realize that caste is not a formidable reality with Bharatiya society. Many reasons. There are caste problems. There used to be more. These days much less, to the extent of negligibility. But then the emotions of caste are kept aflame by many people for such purposes, where Pakistan, as their intelligence wants to create a team of people. There can still be many Jayachans among us, and there shall always be some Jayachans among us. They get paid, and this is shortcut money, and they don't do anything that seriously offensive. They create Mitra Bheda. Mitra Bheda is one of the tantras in Panchatantra. Vishnu Sharma was a very thoughtful person, and one of the tantra is Mitra Bheda, that is, make differences among friends so that they turn into enemies. So this technique of making friends enemies is not new to us. We knew the art of it. So there is a warning against Mitra Bheda. In Panchatantra itself, these Pakistanis would hardly know anything about Panchatantra. They can't because they've lost their civilization, the Sanskriti. They ceased to be us, among us. They tried to adopt a religion which is not theirs or ours. They try to go after something which is not theirs. They try to borrow a script from a different language which is not ours. So everything is hopelessly stupid with them. So they create Matra Bheda. They are recruiting teams, people, which is a new strategy which they have, which will eventually flop, which will not yield any results, I am sure. But then I'm just talking since I got the news. They wanted to create differences among Hindus with castes. Oh, this is nothing new. Deep State and Soros tried at this before the elections of recent elections, last elections, Modiji's third time. They tried this and it yielded result. Our majority in parliament came down. The objective was to stop my prime minister from coming to power, but that they could not achieve. All their efforts and money gone waste, but they were successful. We should be careful that they are successful in bringing down its majority. There are Jayachans dancing according to their tunes for money. Fundamentally it is money. Absolutely not. I have no doubt in it. So they would create such people who would work in multiple areas. All kinds of ideals of state. They will go into and create differences among castes and among languages. Pakistan thinks foolishly that they are equal to Bharat in some sense, but absolutely not. They know that Baluchis are different from Punjabis and Punjabis are different from Pathans, Pashtuns, and who are different from other sincere authorities there in Pakistan. They think we are like that, but they don't understand one thing, that what unites Bharat is not a religion, it's a Sanskriti. It's a Sanskriti that based on a knowledge tradition and the aspiration towards transcendental. We are not religious like you. Your religion is synthetic, you borrowed from somewhere and you use it, you don't know how to use that religion even. So, the unity of Bharat rests in things which is beyond your understanding. Forget about understanding Bharat, so it is impossible for it to understand. So long as the Sanskrit is vibrant and strong, and which shall ever be, that's what it is called as Sanatana. You just can't ununite Bharat. Oh, you just can't do anything to the unity of Bharat, no matter how they try. But they keep trying. There's no harm in trying from their side, according to their thoughts. So they keep trying. They shall keep trying. They won't know, their efforts are futile. They're very hopeful. Precisely that's happened in the elections. Deep State tried that to their level best. If this thing was done in some other society, the society would have got destroyed emptily. To such extent. To such extent. Still goes on. Bihar election still goes on. Freebies are being supplied. Money. There is no freebie in reality. Someone has to pay for it. Why should someone pay for you until he is looking for some benefits? Simple. We should know it and we know it. So Pakistan is trying to create a team in all social aspects of Bharat. These two things are their objective. Create differences among people on the basis of castes within Hindu Dharma and on the basis of language. That's where a lot of Hindi, anti-Hindu controversy comes up. It shall begin with anti-Hindi. And Hindi-speaking people should not bother. Hindi has its own status and place. Functionally, that's a language used by everyone in Bharat. That's a language used by everyone in Bharat. You just can't live. From my side, my perspective, I say, how can I live in this nation without understanding Hindi? I used to ask myself several times. If you don't know, you learn. And the easiest language in Bharat is Hindi. Everyone can learn within no time. You don't have to go into the Sahitya of Hindi. Functional knowledge of Hindi is with everyone. The personal experience I have many. I should say Bangalore, for instance. You ask anyone, normally getting into a taxi, you'll ask him, Hindi aata hai? He'll say, हाँ. But through my experience, I become skeptical. He speaks Hindi. But to what extent I understand what he speaks and what extent he understands what I speak remains a little problem. But communication is done. This happens throughout Bharat. You're getting into a cab and sometimes it happens like that also. Bhai, aapko Hindi aata hai? Better kara main UP ka hu. So this also happens. But then functionally everybody speaks Hindi. Need not be very correct. Their pronunciation may be difficult. We have different kinds of pronunciation, different styles of speaking. The way Hindi is spoken in Gujarat is different from the way it's spoken in Sagar, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, or Varanasi. Some people in Varanasi speaks Hindi like bullet train, very fast. Many times you have to ask them, "Bhai, thoda dheere bolo yaar." No. So Hindi has its own level. So Hindi भाषी जो लोग होते हैं ना, you should not bother about this anti-Hindi feeling, because if you bother, if you try to react, then that's precisely what the third agent who wants differences among language wants. Then they will start spreading among other languages. That's one thing, which shall not be very effective, obviously. Then second is caste. They would try to increase caste among Hindus, but they don't understand that the caste you may speak of, it doesn't manifest normally, as I know from my experience of living. And temples, you see, we have temples, and you go to temples. Hindu don't try to know which is the deity inside the temple. We have so many deities. Which is the deity inside? You will not know, or you don't want to know. That's the point. You don't want to know. You simply wanted to go inside and see. When you go and see, अरे ये तो झूलेलाल की है. Mostly Sindhis. झूलेलाल वाला. But does it make a difference to you? Doesn't make any difference to you. You go, pray, come back. Who wants a temple? You don't care. Which deities are inside? You don't care. You know. You will go to Hanumanji also. You will go to Devi Mata also. Ichhapuri Ma hota na Gujarat mein. You go to Devi Ma also. You go to Shankar Bhagavan also. You go to Bhagavan Shri Krishna also. You go everywhere with the same attitude without really feeling differences. And to such people, do you think you can create differences among the Hindu Samaj? It's not that easy. People have been trying at it right from Macaulay. Macaulay tried, struggled, used maximum love, used this, used that. Yes, they have temporary initial gain, but it wouldn't stand. So this is some thing that's coming, that you will come across many programs in future or the days to come, creating differences among languages, creating differences among castes. These two things, you be careful. They are coming at us. Look at the Bombay Hindi movie arena. The jihadis destroyed Hindi movies. Hindi movies used to be classical once upon a time. Hindi movies used to be the best movies in Bharat, internationally popular, and the jihadis destroyed it. You see a Hindi movie, villains are always a pandit with big sindoor on his forehead. This kind of creation destroyed the Hindi movies. Now, good Hindi movies are made by the Telugu people, South Indians. They make good Hindi movies. And these Telugus are so cultural people, you just can penetrate into their cultural strength fortified. Things don't work that easily there. Things don't work that easily many places. It worked in Mumbai, in the Bombay film areas. You see, you're watching a movie, just funny, please think yourself, you will understand it. It's a base. The hero's name is Ramji, the heroine's name is Sita, some Hindu names, and it's a Hindu story. And from out of the blue, a background song is created and imposed, Allah something. You must have seen this several times in common Hindi movies. And why? It's time that you should think in these directions. There are people working behind to create differences among people of Bharat. They can't understand the unity of Bharat. They're trying to destroy the unity of Bharat. Fundamentally because they don't understand it. If they ever understood it, they would not even try it. They knew that they shall know it's impossible. But they don't understand. This thing will go on. So in the days to come, the Pakistan instrumental agencies would try to make differences among languages, differences among caste. When it comes to you, please ignore it and let your reason prevail. Let you think for yourselves and just leave it, ignore it. These things you should not fall for. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.